Good morning. How are we doing? Happy days. It is Wednesday, which means I need to do a quick little plug for the Rebellious Business Show that's going to be going live at 10:30, where me and Caroline are going to be answering some questions and having a laugh and giving you a midweek pick me up. I'm just going to shut that door. I was going to do this in the garden, and then I was like, oh no, I can't really because all my neighbours can hear me. I don't know why that's made me feel a bit nervous, but I'm like, I think I'm quite loud on these lives, right? So if I sit in the garden, and I've sat in the garden and done loads of these, and I've also filmed loads of videos, but I've just become a bit more self-aware of it. I'm like, everyone's got their windows open, people are sat in the garden, I'm just going to be outside just shouting about life. So yeah. Here I am shouting in the kitchen with the door closed instead. A couple of things then. Number one, I need to actually share this into the Rebellious Business Network Facebook group, which, if you don't know what that is, it is our amazing community of business owners that consider themselves to have a bit of a rebellious streak. Creates a really awesome group of humans, that. And so we're going to share in there. And also Instagram. Oh, Instagram's not working. Right, hang on, let me fix that real quick. If you're watching on the replay, I'm really sorry for this boring part. I do apologise. Just give me a second. Edit, stream key. I've got a good question I'm going to be answering today, though. It is a good one. Okay, wonder if Instagram's going to start working. Have you found out that Instagram have recently stopped people being able to live stream if they've got less than 1,000 followers? New rule on Instagram: you can't live stream unless you've got over 1,000 followers. So I've got 2 Instagram accounts. One of them I can't live stream on anymore, which is a shame. The other one we can, and that's the Rebellious Business account. Is it not working? I don't think it's working. It's really difficult because when you go live on Instagram from Restream, you have to set it up separately than to everything else. And then when you're live, you have to go back in and say, all right, I'm live, and hit the button. And so a lot of the time I forget. But there we go. Never mind. I don't think we're live on Instagram, but we'll another time. So today's question then, before we get into today's question, it's Wednesday. We've got the show at 10:30. So I'm going to be live with Caroline. Wherever you're watching this right now, we'll be live here at 10:30. Then we have the Rebellious Business Networking event happening tomorrow, which you can get registered for on this link here. I think that's the right one. Just drop that into the chat for you just now, in the comments even. There we go. And if you are on the replay, let me know that you were here. I love coming and having chat people in the comments. But that's the link there in the comments for the networking event happening tomorrow, 1 p.m. We are going to be networking with Rebels. We're doing things a bit differently on the network at the moment, which is really exciting. I feel like we're bringing it home. Sounds really silly. I've been running a network since 2020. The Rebellious Business Network has been going since March the 18th, 2020. It was an early thing I did in lockdown to bring people together. And it's been going ever since. But the way we've been doing it recently is it's the same event all the time, and like in terms of the structure and what we do. And that's great because people love the format. It's brilliant. Like it is, we get loads of great feedback on it. And we've been doing it over here. And what I mean by that is it's been like live online, but it's not been live into the group. Last week, we live streamed the networking event into the group, and I just felt like it made such a big difference. So we're going to be doing that again tomorrow at the networking event. We'll be live streaming into the Rebellious Business Network Facebook group like we used to do, like the good old days. And you can't live stream into Facebook groups anymore. And they've changed the way it works. You have to live stream somewhere else and share it into the group. It's like ridiculous. So we're live streaming to the business page and then sharing into the group. But it's good way to give our Rebels from the networking event a bit of exposure in front of our whole audience as well. So that's going to be happening tomorrow. Today's question that I want to answer is from a lady called Jessica. And she says, I started a group a while ago. There are people in it, but no one talks anymore. I want to turn it into an actual community, but I don't know where to start. So I think she's talking about a Facebook group. Started a Facebook group a while ago. There are people in it, but no one talks in there. It's all a bit dead, a bit quiet. It's very common. Let me know if you resonate. If you've got a Facebook group that's a bit quiet, a bit dead, no one's talking in it, you want to bring it back to life, then this is the video for you. Because I've got some things that are really straightforward and really simple, quite obvious when you know them, and you'd be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So I'm going to walk you through those just now. So first and foremost, when it comes to Facebook groups, remember that they are not the same as your social media accounts. So the page on your Instagram account or your TikTok account or your YouTube channel are all about you posting content and you sharing content that gets engaged with. Facebook groups work a little bit differently. Facebook groups, you want to be the person who is posting the least, and you want your community to be posting the most. And that is, if you've got that balance, you've got a healthy group, because it means that you've got more engagement than you have you just posting. Now, a lot of people, when they run Facebook groups, they treat them in the same way as they treat all their other social media accounts. They just post content, put the reels in the Facebook group, or, post bits of pieces that are, great, valuable pieces of content, but they're just pieces of content. You've got to create content a bit differently for a group, because the primary focus of a group is to create engagement. And the reason why you want to do that is because if people are taking part and they feel a part of that group, it's going to keep them logging in and keep them coming back. So you've got to create content that has the strategy of encouraging people to engage. If you can do that well, then what's going to happen is you're going to get lots of engagement in the group. That's going to do two things. Number one, it's going to make the group feel alive, and it's going to get people feeling like they're a part of it, and it's going to create a great environment. It was like 3 in 1. But number two, it's going to support you with the algorithm, because the algorithm is going to push your group's content more. And it's going to promote your group as well. So if you've got a group that's getting great engagement, in other similar groups, your group will be advertised as a recommended group. Facebook will advertise it in other groups as a recommended group if they think that your group could create the kind of content that keeps people on the platform for as long as possible. Because that's the thing, right? This is how content works. That's how the algorithm works. It's all about being able to hold people's attention. If you can hold people's attention, then the algorithm is going to favor you, because essentially there is one objective, and that is to keep people on the platform for as long as possible so that they can see as many ads as possible and Facebook can generate as much revenue as possible. That's literally how it works. So the reason why Reels are so great is because entertainment content keeps people locked in, and entertainment content gets pushed and goes viral and gets a lot of reach, because it keeps people locked in and keeps people entertained and keeps people giving them that dopamine hit, etc. So if your content is engaging, then the algorithm is going to push it, because they can think, oh, people are interested in this. These type of people are interested in this. So we put it in front of this person. This person's probably going to be interested in it. And you will see the reach on your posts gets high. Reach is the metric that really matters. Not likes, not comments, reach. If your posts are getting a good reach, let's say you've got 200 members in your Facebook group, and every time you post, you get a reach of 100. That's 50% of the people in your Facebook group are getting that put in front of them. So that's what, if I was looking into your group and trying to diagnose and come up with a strategy for reviving it, the first thing that I would be looking at is the metrics, so that we can really see what is the real story here. The posts that you're putting in there, are they even getting seen? Are they even getting a good reach? If they're not getting seen, it might even be worth just scrapping the group and starting again. Like, it just depends how many people are in there. But I would try these methods of revival first, especially if you've got like over 1,000 members in there. It's going to take you time to build that up again. And there are ways that you can revive this group. But yeah, there are ways and means, but it might be worth starting again if none of these work. So creating content that has the purpose of engagement. Now, what kind of content is that then? So one of the best forms of content that you can create for your group that is for engagement are things where you are like live events. is perfect. Creating a live event and inviting people to that, and then letting them know that this event is part of the group so that they feel an association to the group because of the live events they're attending. That's one way. Number two, going live into the group. Like, I'm live into the group just now. I've talked about the Rebellious Business Network, about how it's an amazing place. I'm encouraging people to comment. I can see we've got people live. No one's commented yet. Guys, don't leave me here on my lonesome. Come and help a girl out. Drop some comments in the chat. Come and join in this conversation. I'm encouraging that participation, because what that does is it creates content, encourages participation, starts to create participation. The way I said that was like really weak. Participation, and it creates that sense of vibrancy, and that's what you want in a group. So that's the kind of thing. But then, in terms of the other ways in which you can create the content that encourages engagement, is polls, getting people to vote for stuff, asking questions. This is one of the easiest ways you can get people to participate, is through asking questions that are really simple and straightforward to answer. Like, I can't even think of one on the top of my head. Where are you going on holiday this year? People love to share about themselves and about their lives. Like, give them the opportunity to. There was one that I saw, it was bloody brilliant. We used it and it worked really well. I'm going to bring it back. We need to bring this one back. Let's create a random thread of tips and advice, and like, put a tip or a piece of advice that you think would be helpful for people to hear in the comments. Oh my God, got like 50 people like sharing random tips. Like, I can't even think of any off the top of my head. I'm too tired. Hey, I've got a 4-month-old baby. He's not sleeping fully at night. You know, give me a break. I can't think of things off the top of my head. Oh, hey, Lush. Oh, see, Lush has just answered the question on the live. I love that. After Kendall calling today, volunteer work. Awesome. Great to have you here, Lush. So yeah, asking questions that are easy for people to answer is a really good way to get people engaging in your group. So content that is designed to create engagement. That is the first one. The second thing that you need to do with a group is to have a posting purpose. Now, really, if you want people to post in your group, you really want to tell them how, because it's not necessarily intuitive. I don't know if you've realized this, but the way in which we use social media is very passive. We don't really engage with everything we see. When you're scrolling your phone, you're not stopping the scroll to comment and like every post you see. You might like hit the like button. Great. Guys, please hit the like button right now. It'd be awesome. Thank you very much. We'll get this out in front of more rebels. You might do that, but the majority of the posts you look at, you're not doing that. It's not actually a metric that tells us much. The metric that tells us everything is reach, and if it's videos, minutes viewed. Those are the important metrics. Now, in terms of having a posting purpose, people are just not going to post in your group unless you tell them to, or unless you outline how to, because they're not going to know how to interact in that environment. So you want to come up with a posting purpose, a reason why people should post in the group. Now, one example is setting homework or challenges, and people drop those in the group. One format of creating a community that does this really well is a 5-day challenge launch. So you have like a pop-up Facebook group, and by the end of that 5-day challenge launch, that group is buzzing, absolutely buzzing. So many people in there, commenting, sharing, posting. Now, there's a few reasons why that happens, but one of them is there's a posting purpose. There's something that they've been told to do. Maybe they've got to share their why, or they need to create a vision board, or they need to, go and fill in a worksheet, and they need to post that in the group. And what that does is it gets people posting in the group. Now, our posting purpose in the Rebellious Business Network is promote your business and network with each other. Now, okay, fair enough. You can't actually promote your external links and promote your business fully unless you've got the promotion pass, but you can still get in there and share what you do and talk about your business and talk about, what it is that you're up to today, etc. You just can't share external links and do kind of like full on promotions unless you've got the promo pass. But that is still our posting purpose. And it makes sense because we're a network. But you got to think about your group. What could be a reason why they should post in the group? Why would you? You've got to carve that out for them. If you don't know why they should be posting or what they should be posting, you've got to expect that they're not going to have a bloody clue either. So having a posting purpose is a really awesome way to get people engaging and encourage that engagement in your group. Just want to give a shout out to Marion, who's watching on Facebook. Hey Marion, how's it going? I wonder if we still can't go live on Instagram. Nah, never mind. I'm just going to ditch that. We don't need. Who needs to go? Who needs Instagram anyway? Never mind. Love it over here on Facebook. It's where all the rebels are, really. But we've built up a good audience on Instagram at the moment. It is growing really nicely. Maybe I should do a live on how to start growing your Instagram really quickly, because we used to do that organically, and we got, especially now Instagram has said you can't go live unless you've got 1,000 followers. Maybe we need to do a up to 1,000 follower challenge for Instagram. I've got some really good ways in which you could grow very quick. Or maybe that is just complete distraction from what we actually do in our business. I don't know. Right. Anyway, so that was the first thing. The second thing, posting purpose. And then the third thing that I would say for reviving your group is talk to people. Just talk to people. Just start connecting with people. Ask them what it is that they want in that, like in terms of content, what questions they've got. Talk to people. DM them. Hey, you're in my Facebook group, and I'm just taking some time out this week to reach out to people and check in and see how you're doing. I'm trying to create some content for the group, and it's really helpful to actually talk to people in order to find out what kind of content I should be creating. Like, just talk to people. I swear, with online marketing, everyone's trying to make it automated and passive, and that really hinders you, because if you start automating connection, you're going to drop everything. Like, you're going to drop, the metrics are going to drop in every measurable area of your business. Sales, engagement, like lead generation, conversion, all of it. It's going to take a blooming nosedive, and you'll be on a low percentage throughout everything, which is fine if you've got volume, and fine if you've got enough fuel in the tanks, and you're trying to automate things to give yourself time back, and you're in that part of business. But if you're in the part of business where it's like, I'm trying to build an audience, and I'm trying to get clients, and I'm trying to create consistency, and I'm trying to create a steady flow of revenue into my business, you don't want to be automating connection. That's the part that converts. That's the part that gets you serious results. So if you want to bring that community back to life, you get in there and start talking to people. Turn it into a community by engaging with them. You can't just open a Facebook group and expect people to just engage. It's just not going to work. You've got to create this sense of community by showing up as a leader, by telling people how they can engage, by curating ways in which they can connect, and also by connecting with them yourself. Because if you're not connecting with them yourself, then they're not really going to feel an affinity to you, and they're never going to feel like they're a part of your community as a result. So I would also do that. And one way in which you can, start to get them seeing posts is use that @everyone tag, but use it sparingly. Don't use it all the time, because you will start to annoy people. Notifications are not our favorite things in life. So use it sparingly, but using the @everyone tag for the important stuff, like announcements, or, if you've created some content that you think is helpful and everyone needs to know about it, use the @everyone tag. But don't use it for your, simple question posts like, @everyone, where are you going on holiday this year? It's like, no, this is going to annoy people. Don't want to annoy them and alienate them. They'll be mass exiting the group in droves. But there we go. I hope that helps. And, having a Facebook community really is part of a bigger strategy. As with everything in marketing, you need a strategy in place. A lot of the time we find ourselves doing RATs. You know what RATs is? It's random action taking. And there's no kind of, doing all these random things, but there's nothing connecting it together into a strategy where if I put this much effort in over here, this is what I'm going to get out over there. And these RATs, we find ourselves doing them all over the place, all the time, and then wondering why we're not getting results. And it's because we're missing strategy. And you might be getting results through RATs. Maybe you are getting people sign up to your email list, but you're not getting conversions. Maybe you are getting people in the group, but no one's engaging. Maybe, you've got you've got these things that are working, but because they're not connected to each other and you don't have this linear process, you've basically got a leaky bucket. There's water going into it, but it's just not staying in there. And so it's part of a bigger strategy to have a Facebook community. You need a way of bringing people in, you need a way of engaging with those people, and ultimately you need a way of converting those people into clients so that it can feed your business. And that is the only way in which you can keep this community going, unless it's going to be some kind of hobby or charity. So yeah. Anyway, that has been Going Live Anyway. I have been Cordelia Kate, and at 10:30, I'm going to be back live with Caroline Antonia, who is my best friend and business partner. At 10:30, we're going to be answering some questions from the Spill It link. Can I ask you a favour? We have this link called the Spill It link, and basically it's where we ask you to contribute to the Rebellious Business Show. And we're specifically asking our rebels in the Rebellious Business Network, our community of rebels, we're asking you guys, please, can you tell us what you want us to talk about on the show by filling in that teeny tiny little form called the Spill It link. Now, I've just dropped the Spill It link into the chat. All you need to do is click on it and read the really fun instructions. You need to come up with an anonymous name that makes us crack up. Oh, hey, Craig, I'm going to come over to LinkedIn and I'm going to drop it for you on LinkedIn, because I know that that Restream doesn't deliver links to you over there on LinkedIn, Craig. So I'm going to come there. But yeah, if you can, please click on the Spill It link and either share a story or ask a question or share a current dilemma or something that you would like me and Caroline to cover live on the Rebellious Business Show. We're going to be live at 10:30, and the way to find out if we're covering your topic is to tune in at 10:30. We'll be live in all the usual places. We may be live on Instagram if it works. We'll definitely be live on LinkedIn. We'll be live on YouTube. We'll be live on the Facebook business page. We'll definitely, because this is where it's been curated for, be live into the Rebellious Business Network Facebook group, which is where our heart and soul is and all our rebels are. So we'll be live in there, and it will be pinned to the top of the page. So if you want to look for it in a simple place, just go to the Rebellious Business Network. It's pinned to the top of the page. If you're not in the Rebellious Business Network, all you need to do is go to Facebook and search Rebellious Business Network. Rebellious has got 2 L's, just in case you needed some help with that. Full-bellied rebellion is how I remember it. 2 L's. And yeah, come find us inside the Facebook group. Come hang out with us. We'll be live there at 10:30. But ahead of that, please do hit the Spill It link and just share. You can ask us awkward questions. You can share something that's a bit outrageous. Just whatever. Like, just click on it, go share it. And if we think it's going to be fun to unpack live on the show, then we will. We had a really raucous show last week where we were unpacking someone's brand, which was My Stiffy. Literally, his website is mystiffy.com. Like, very interesting concept. Wasn't explicit at all. Was very innocent, actually. It's a bit tongue in cheek for sure. But that was fun to unpack live on the show. And then we have things like awkward questions. So people ask me and Caroline stuff like, what was the last thing we argued about? We've been asked, what was the last photo we took on our phones? Or what was the last thing we Googled? That kind of thing. Like, we're open. We will share these things because we think it's important for, building relationships with our audience, to be authentic. So we're putting our money where our mouth is and going, ask us and we will share it. But also things about business. Do you want to get our advice and our 2 cents on your current marketing strategy, on your branding, on your messaging, on your Facebook group, on running live events, on your lead generation, on your lead magnet? Do you want us to give you some feedback live on something? We'll be happy to do that too. So go to the Spill It link, share it with us there, and we'll be live at 10:30. And in the meantime, have a bloody wonderful morning, and I will see you very soon. Lots of love.